In terms of your prep off the field, Brian Hoyer told us that you sent him a text at like 6 a.m. I know Cam's a guy who gets up every morning, I think at 4 a.m. How much have you guys kind of riffed off each other in these sort of extra hours, these wee hours where you're working sort of doggedly on the playbook?
Yeah, a lot. Cam and Brian and Jake have all helped me, and Jarrett have all helped me just try and learn it. And we're learning from each other, whether it's a text at night or whatever. I mean, they're always there. I have a question, or we have a group chat and stuff like that. So everything can bounce off of each other. And obviously, with the older guys, they have a lot of experience. So I'm just trying to be a sponge and learn from them and Josh and hear what they have to say and just try and learn and get better.
Next question, Ben Volen, followed by Mike Reed.
Hey, Mac, just a week plus into camp. How much is your head swimming right now with all the information they're giving you versus how much do you feel like you have a grasp on things?
Yeah, I think it's every day is a new day. Today was obviously a rainy day, but you come out and you attack today, and then tomorrow is tomorrow. So I kind of, use the mentality not to look ahead. And a lot of people on the team do the same thing because that's what, the coaches tell us is just take today for today. And yeah, so each day there's new installs, there's new stuff, and we just have to, kind of go at it together and try our best and then watch the tape and get better, in the afternoon.
Mike Reese, followed by Levin Reed.
Hey, Mac, at practice today, you had finished up one rep, and it was the one where you sort of faked and then spun around and threw it to Hunter Henry. And it seemed like you and Bill had a good conversation for a while after that. What was sort of he reinforcing to you in that moment?
We were just talking about some fundamental stuff with the throw and how you have to lead the receiver, whatever throw it is, and give him a chance to run with the ball. So something I got to work on any route. You want to give them a catchable ball regardless of the play. And it goes back to just working on your fundamentals. So getting those extra reps at that, whatever type of play it is, just get the extra reps and try and get the ball 1 foot in front of the numbers so he can go and run and turn. And yeah, that was pretty much it.
And Arnav, I'll come back to you. We're going to go Levin Reed, followed by Andrew Kelly.
Hey, Mac, notoriously the weather here in New England can be challenging. How important was it for you to kind of take advantage of the bad rain, take advantage of the bad weather to get things done?
I think, yeah, just with everybody, a lot of the guys that have been here just said it's a mindset thing, and the coaches said it's a mindset. So you just got to go out there and play, and everything's not going to be perfect, but you can't really overdo it or pay too much attention to it. And it all just goes back to execution, doing what you're supposed to do on the play. And sometimes in the rain, it's a little harder, but at the end of the day, that's just how it's going to be here and at a lot of other places too. You're going to play in games where it's windy, rainy, snowy, whatever, cold. So just got to be ready for everything.
Next question, Andrew Callahan, followed by Tom.
Hey, Mac, it's good to see you. Two quick ones for me. I wanted to ask you about the last two practices. Your reps and team periods have gone up, but I know a good day is always a good day regardless of circumstances. But what does it mean to you in 2 days when you've seen a lot of opportunity that it seems, at least from my perspective, you've been able to capitalize at and really stack days, as we know Bill says all the time?
Yeah, I think that's important, for the rookies, especially just when we get in there and get a chance to play whoever it is on offense, defense, just do what you're supposed to do because, especially for me, I have a job to do. And if I don't do it, then the play is not successful. So I got to be more consistent, more vocal, and learn from the older guys and kind of play to the standard is kind of the thing we've set, playing to the standard and doing that every day and not having good, bad days, just kind of playing each play and then stack days together, like you said.
Another thing Coach Belichick mentioned this morning was just that you guys are still installing parts of the playbook. So, everything's new for you, obviously, but how do you feel each day, kind of, including today, it seemed like there were some new concepts. How are you handling that? How comfortable are you with just the continued install?
Yeah, I think the guys that have been here, obviously there's some plays they've seen before, but some of it's new to all of us. So at the end of the day, whenever the play is installed, we have to do our best to execute it, know what it's for, know why we're doing it, and go out there and do it. And obviously, right now there's a lot of different looks on defense. and we're giving them a lot of different looks too. So it's kind of a mixed bag of stuff. And yeah, so the young guys have to learn it like me. I got to learn it quick, but at the end of the day, you go out there and do it. And if you mess up, just watch it on tape.
Are you learning it quickly?
I mean, I think so. I try to put time into it. Whatever I can do to try and make it easier. I think that's what everyone does. You got to study it to learn it. It's just like school. You got to study hard for the test. So as long as you're putting in the work, then usually it's fine. But like I said, it's more just a mentality and just trying to be the best you can be on each play.
Thanks, man.
Next question, Tom Kern, followed by Mark Daniels.
Hey, Mac, you having a good time? Are you enjoying this? I mean, this is a very serious sounding press conference so far, but I saw a play today. You hit N'Keal Harry. You were all giddy about that. It was a nice play downfield. And it looks like, I mean, you love to compete and you don't mind getting bitched at.
Yeah. I mean, I like to compete, like you said, and everybody on this team likes to compete. And at the end of the day, we're trying to have fun. And it's fun when you play with urgency and you go fast and put the defense on their heels, and then people start making plays, and that's what makes football fun. But when if you're moping around or whatever, it all starts with the quarterback. So I'm starting to realize that even more, how important it is in this offense, and learning from Brian and Cam and everybody, just how they do it, because they have great energy. So yeah, just get the ball to the speed players and let them run. And then when they score, celebrate. And that's what you're supposed to do. It's football.
In that vein, there was a period, kind of like what Mike Reese mentioned earlier, where after some running reps the other day, Josh McDaniels pulled you aside and he was very emphatic, kind of pointing at, looked like maybe talking about pre-snap alerts and everything else, and for you to be louder. Am I accurate on that? And are you starting to say, you know what, I got to get my voice. I'm here, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I think, like I said, it starts with the QB. So in terms of the standard, one of the first things we talk about is being loud and confident. So obviously when you're young, confidence kind of comes with playing and getting the reps, but if you know what to do, then just be loud. And if you don't know what to do, be loud. So either way, be loud and be loud together. That's what I've kind of learned. But like I said, I just got to keep on it and have, stack some days up, but take it day by day and stick to the process and kind of just go from there.
Next question, Mark Daniels, followed by Matt.
Hey, Mac, hope all's well. Hope you're this probably weren't staying dry actually, but for today, watching you throw it, it seemed like you had a good day out there. I want to say way more completions than incompletions. For us, it's like, wow, yeah, Mac was good to practice today in the rain. Just how do you assess yourself just coming off the field, and how do you view today's performance?
I think every day is like pretty much the same. Just go out there and like we were talking about earlier, be loud and confident, and then play each play. If it's bad, then take the coaching and learn from it, or learn from it in the meeting. And it doesn't have to be me in there. I can learn from other people, just like Brian and Cam and everybody. Just see what they're doing, see how they're doing it, because they usually do it the right way. And just learn from them. Yeah, and every day just stick to it. And us as rookies, especially, like you said, there's a lot of stuff going in, but the consistency has to keep improving. And for us, that's something that we need to put a lot of pride into. And when we get in there, we're ready to roll.
Obviously, at this point, you've had way more non-padded practices than padded. What changes for you when the pads come on?
I mean, that's football, so it's more fun getting the pads on. And, it's good to practice in pads because that's how the game is. So you want to practice how you play. And, the guys are out there. It's cool to see how we practice here and how, everyone's respectful to one another. And, it's thud, but when the period's live, they hit and they help each other up. So it's kind of cool to see that. Yeah, so it's just a padded practice, same old plays, and just kind of just play. You can't really overthink it.
Thank you.
And just editing note here, Jawan Williams is in Steph Burnham's room. We'll continue with Matt Vautour, followed by Mike.
Mac, you mentioned to be successful, you have to study it. In your personal time, when you're not someplace that you're assigned to be, how are you studying it? Is there a notebook? Do you have the iPad? What is your method for getting better and for learning things on your own? How do you go about that?
Yeah, I would just say, first of all, being attentive in meetings, because a lot of good information comes from there. And then, when we have our free time, you got to get better at something. So I always try just to do something in my free time, watch film, draw, get treatment, whatever it is. Just that's what everyone, I've noticed all the good players do that. And I'm learning from some of the great players on our team. It's every minute of the day counts. So if you get time off, whether you're eating or whatever, eat and then go find something to get better at. So for me, I'm super scheduled. So I try to stick to my schedule, and that's personal to me. And I've learned a lot from Brian and Cam and Josh and what they've done here. So I just stick to what I'm supposed to do.
What percentage of your awake time in the day right now is spent on football?
You said my awake time?
Well, I'm assuming you're not sleeping football at the moment. So what percentage of your time awake?
Yeah, I mean it's all day long. It's great. It's it from early in the morning till late at night. So and then you got to do it again the next day. So all of us, we're here and we're trying to get better. So it starts early here and ends late, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Next question, Mike Reese, followed by Ian.
Mac, not exactly the most hard-hitting question, but NFL rules don't allow quarterbacks to wear numbers in the 50s once preseason games start. So
Yeah.
how disappointed will you be to have to give up 50?
Yeah, that'll be good and bad, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if I would have kept it, but we'll see what happens. You never know.
Next question, Ian Steele, followed by Phil.
Hey, Mac, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Yesterday, Josh McDaniels says that you're good at getting yelled at. Do you feel like that's been the case? And what is this coaching staff like with you? Do you feel like it's particularly harder coaching than you've gotten in the past?
Yeah, I mean, in the past is the past, but here it's awesome. Josh is great. He teaches me exactly what I'm supposed to do, and I feel like I'm trying and starting to get to where we're kind of thinking on the same page, and that's how it has to be every day. It's all right, what did I do wrong? Sometimes he'll yell at me, and that's good because that's what he's supposed to do. It's his job is to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do on every play. And for me, it's about just listening to the message. So what did Josh tell me? All right, got it. Boom, fix it, and let's roll. Because you can't just, sometimes I'm hard on myself too. So I can't just, beat myself down, but you just got to take the message and run with it, learn, and just keep learning. Every experience is a learning experience. So that's what I kind of want to go about it that way.
We've kind of seen the body language, you're hard on yourself after tough throws, you're kind of hitting yourself in the head or thinking it through. Is that kind of how you process things? Kind of, you take it upon yourself, get down a little bit, and how do you learn from those, being hard on yourself as opposed to just letting it roll off your shoulders and move on from it?
Yeah, I mean, in watching, the older guys and stuff here, it's definitely about just staying even keeled. And like I said, when you make a good play, have fun with it. When you make a bad play, just move on. So practice, especially, I'll always be hard on myself. But it's not all about me, and it's about the team. So they feed off your energy. So if it's one mechanism, like a hip tap or, hit myself in the head, then I got to get it out. And then usually I'm good and I just move on to the next play, but it definitely can improve, and it will as I get more comfortable.
Thanks, Mac.
Hey, Stacy, is that me?
Yeah, it was Phil.
Sorry,
Okay.
I had the wrong button down. Yes, sorry. Two
Appreciate
questions
it.
left. We have Phil Perry, followed by Arnab Sharma, and Miles Bryant is currently in Stephanie's.
Mac, I just wanted to follow up on something that you mentioned a little bit earlier. You said, in your downtime, you're watching film. I think you said draw.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's not like painting pictures or anything. It's just just drawing the plays, and that sometimes helps when you're a visual learner, and a lot of guys on the team do that. So I just learned it from some of the older guys.
The other thing I wanted to ask you was the other day, Bill mentioned, the quarterback spot consistency and production are really important. How would you describe how consistent you've been in these practices through camp thus far?
I think for me, it's just don't have too high expectations and just go out there and do what I'm supposed to do. And every day is a new day, but you got to get better. Pick something to get better at every day. Whether it's bending my knees or focus on my eyes or whatever it is, just try to do something. And when you go out there, just play and have fun with the team, because that's kind of what it's all about, is getting in sync with the offensive line, the centers. Like for me, there's way too many balls on the ground. It's my fault because, I'm not getting enough pressure or whatever the situation may be, but that goes into consistency. So whatever it is, go work on after practice, and hopefully the next day it gets fixed, and then you just keep plugging along. And that's how, all the rookies are approaching it, and it's kind of how they do it around here. So it's really good.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
And last question, Arnav.
Hey, Matt, good to meet you.
Hey, Arnav.
So I know your dad was an accomplished tennis player, and you grew up around the sport. Is there anything from your multi-sport background that you think has kind of influenced how you approach the game of football, how you play, or even just helped you through training camp in general?
Yeah, I think just sports in general, regardless of what you play or don't play. I think sports are great, and the best part, I guess, is just kind of like the adversity part. And that's what my dad's always told me, is just take each day by day, and then when something bad happens, just bounce back stronger. And that's all you really can ask for, is effort and attitude. And that's how all sports are. You're on a team and you want to win, but at the end of the day, it's also to have fun too. So I've learned that as well. You have fun when you do the right things and you win. So every sport is that way, I feel like, and sports are great.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Mac. Thanks, everyone.